I had already did this video, but I didn't like the energy I put in it. It was a little me being exhausted from doing too many Tupac videos. But Tupac week comes to an end. Not saying that we won't do another Tupac one down the road, but it's gonna be a while. So we gave y'all all Tupac all week. So y'all leave me alone with all this tell me about Pac, tell me about Pac, tell me about Pac. And this is the truth behind the beef with Pac and Jay-Z. Now, 1995, while Tupac's getting out of jail, actually Easy Mo B had beats he was working on with Jay-Z at the time. And when Tupac, they wanted to get a track from Mo B, it was a couple of tracks, that he was like letting Pac hear and all this stuff that they wanted to work on. And it was this video that came out. Pac was working and all this stuff, and he feeling his way he feel about Biggie, but he ain't really saying nothing because he don't want to cause any waves. And Jay is just really getting in the game. He trying to make his own impression with Dead Presidents, the video, and all this stuff. I don't even think the video was out at this time in '95. So I think the song was out, and they was playing it. I think Easy Mo B playing it, and that was the first time I think he heard it, as it was told to me. But from what I know, once Pac they had released the album and everything, and it's burning up the charts, and his confidence level got up. Like a month later, the video had I think the video had came out or something like that, like during that time, like the summer. Dead President's the first single, and once the video came out, it was pretty clear that Jay-Z was making it like he was the Don of the city, and like nobody knew. And when Pac saw the video, he was, oh man, who was this? Another East Coast nigga, man. I swear to God, man, if I see one more East Coast nigga trying to be an Italian mob nigga, everybody's an Italian mafia. So he was getting sick of the theme everybody was playing on. Like they mobsters, like the Italian mob, and they all sitting around, and then at the end he see Biggie and all them up there, and he's like, oh, okay, so this guy like the Don, like they sitting at the round table. So he just thought Jay-Z was another drug dealer trying to rap. And he was like, man, all these little drug dealers trying to be rappers. Another New York drug dealer trying to be a rapper. And then Biggie, he's like, look, Biggie right under him. So he's like, he probably got them under extortion. He didn't know nothing about Jay-Z. So when he made Hit 'Em Up, Jay-Z wasn't even on his mind. Like he was like a minion at the point. His album, I don't even think dropped yet. When he dropped Hit 'Em Up, the only person that was on his radar at that point was really Biggie and Bad Boy. So when Hit 'Em Up dropped, at that time Biggie was already trying to deal with some other stuff legally he had with some arrests on some another assault charge that he had. It had nothing to do with he beat up one of Faith's friends, and well, he didn't do it. The mafia did. So when this happened, it was a big mess, going on at the time. She was mad at him because he had did that, and he was trying to explain himself. So when Lil C's had the track, he hit him up there, and everybody was like, man, Big was, man, no, like, why did he do that, man? Like, dude, he's like, this dude crazy. Why would he make a track like that? Now everybody finna come over here. And they did, man. They had cameras all on her. She's sleeping with Pac, and that's when Big went crazy over there and was like, look, is this what you talking about? Look at the magazines. Now you got us looking stupid. So Suge started dating Puff's ex-wife, you know, and all that craziness, you know, his baby mom or whatever. So it was all crazy at that point. But Jay-Z, him and Big got together to start working on Brooklyn's Finest. You know, so once they did Brooklyn's Finest, it was already in the vault. Like they, you know, it was like, cool, we had the idea, the beat, and Big heard the beat and he wanted to get on that track. And when he heard that beat, he was like, man, I want to get on that. And he was like, oh man, that beat for Jay. He rocking that. He was like, man, I want to tell him I want to get on it. Now, what Big could have done is what Jay do, is be an a-hole and just take the whole track. But Big said, tell him I'll rock on that track with him. Like, I want to get on that. I want to get on that joint. So he was like, all right, I'll tell him. They ran it by Dame, and he was like, yeah, Biggie want to get on that track with you. He was like, they ain't thought like, man, I don't know what this mean, man. I don't know what they trying to do. Man, I don't know about that. Well, tell them I ain't paying them. So, so he was like, man, this could be a good look, though. You know, we get Big on the track. You know, he the king of New York. So we get him on there, and he was like, Jay, you better bring it. You know, you on the track with Big, you better bring it. Dame was like worried, trying to figure out like what's they move, like what is Puffy trying to do. So this ain't had nothing to do with Puff. Like Puff wasn't involved in none of this decision making. Big jumped on the track because he felt it. He felt like getting on this track. So they went down there. Big went down there and got on the studio and jumped on the track. And Puff was, man, dude, you doing all this, man. You gotta run that by me, man. You ain't even gonna get paid. We don't do nothing for free. We get paid off everything, man. What you mean you ain't getting no upfront money? We just gonna get paid on the publishing. So Puff had to go in there and handle the business portions of the record. So everything got worked out because the track sounded sick. And once Brooklyn's Finest came out, and it was everywhere. And then everybody thought like this is his answer back to hit him up. Everybody thought Big was gonna respond to it, and all he gave them was that little piece at the end. If Faith had twins, she probably had 2 Parks. Get it? 2 Parks. So he was joking around about it, and still, Jay ain't never come at Pac on the song. But Pac's philosophy is anybody associating themselves or aligning themselves with Biggie, you become a target. Get away from them and part away from them. Let me get rid of them, and then we can go back to business. But it wasn't like that. His thing was, you aligning yourself with Biggie, okay, you finna get it too. That's why all the later songs was more focused on Jay-Z and Mobb Deep and all of them, bringing anybody who was aligning themselves up with Biggie and all of them. This is what they was finna get the assault, and they was gonna let the Outlaws ride on them while he ride on Jay-Z. Because after Brooklyn Finest came out, then and only then did Pac listen to Reasonable Doubt. And Pac don't miss anything, as I've been told. He's got a great memory, like, not long term, but short term memory. He can nail it out the park. Like, if you definitely play him a track, he can almost tell you that entire verse as he just heard it. And when he heard 22 Twos, because everybody was raving about 22 Twos when it came out, he was like, 22 Twos and all that, that's, Pac is like, man, I'll swallow that. That's nothing. I could make 33 threes. Like, damn, it's like these gimmick rappers. Then he heard on the song, he's listening to it, and he was like, and Jay said, it's too much West Coast dick licking. Once he said that line, Pac's like, he just dissed the West Coast, and y'all in here, y'all bobbing y'all head to this dude, and he's up here dissing the West Coast, and y'all bobbing y'all head. So he was like, I'm at him. He just dissed the West Coast. He said everybody too much West Coast dick lick. So that's when he got fired up and was like, Jay-Z on the song that nobody mentions is All Out. When he really go at Jay-Z, he the first rapper to ever call Jay-Z Gay-Z. And he had about 2-3 songs with Jay-Z, and Jay-Z sitting over there, he don't know what's going on. Like, why is this guy dissing me? Like, he had no idea why. Dame looking like, man, that's dollars. So Jay was gonna diss him anyway and get on a little slick diss thing just to try to get some fame, but they never put the track out there because, you just getting on, you don't want to just kill your buzz right then and there and basically cut off your fans on the West Coast, or and get tied up in an East Coast West Coast battle. They ain't no one really feeling that. But Jay want to be down so much because him and Big was so cool. He was like, man, I'm gonna side with him with it, and they don't really like me no way. So on the West Coast, nobody really know me. I'll make my sales on the East. But it was very smart that they didn't put this song out because they've been out there like Mobb Deep was. Like Hell on Earth was a great album, but it suffered because of that East Coast West Coast crap. They could have sold about 3 million off that, at least 2 at that time, because that album production was great. It's just that when you got Drop a Gem on them, your diss record towards Tupac as your lead single, and he dies like the very next week, that's not a very good sign, because people were walking around, but as soon as it happened, they were like, oh my God, did Mobb Deep shoot him? Like, what happened? The Drop a Gem on him was burning. If you was in the hip hop era, when you heard Drop a Gem on him, you thought, oh man, this is going down. And it happened just like the song was saying. What, you think you can't get bucked again? Once again? It was like, these are young dudes. You don't even know the half of my crew. Bunch of young dudes, and Mobb Deep was the ones everybody feared back in those days. Because they didn't know the infamous Mob. You didn't know all the people that was linked and attached to that was out there doing stuff. So you think it's just these 2 little dudes. So, needless to say, Pac said his statements on that, and that's really it, y'all. It really didn't go any further than that, because Pac died, and all his stuff he did was in August. He did all of that in August. And once Reasonable Doubt dropped, and he saw that, B.I.G was aligning himself with him, he saw the video for Dead Presidents, and he heard Brooklyn's Finest, 22 Twos, that was it. He was all in. He's included in the beef now. But that happened after Hit 'Em Up. If he'd have did that before, People like, oh, he was thinking about putting Jay-Z's name and Hit 'Em Up, but he changed his mind. It was like he had no reason to put him in Hit 'Em Up. There was no, Jay-Z was like a little pin cushion at that time. Wasn't nothing really moving to even mention him. So once he heard the album, when the album dropped, it made sense for him to do that. People don't know he made Machiavelli in a week. That's what's called a 7-day theory. That was his plan when he was in jail, is to make an album in 7 days. He tried to make All Eyes on Me in 7 days. He did 13 songs in 7 days for All Eyes on Me, which was basically an album. But they was like, man, let's go and push this into a double CD, and that way we get double the, records recorded and sold and all that stuff. So once they pushed it and everything counted as 2 discs and double sales, that's how the numbers went escalating over the top. So Pac really sold about 3 million records times 2. That's almost 6 million records, not including the singles. So nowadays, that it hurt a lot of Pac fans to hear Jay-Z doing Me and My Girlfriend. They did not want to hear him do that with Beyonce and touch Pac records. It's like, no. But Suge didn't mind because, he had to. He had to pay some money for that. And, give him residuals off that. So, and figuring that nobody likes the record, which I thought the record was okay. It wasn't outstanding, but it's the most ass-kissingest record of all time. And I don't know how many people really like the record. I just love that line that Jay had. Whatever you're mad about something, it won't be that. Oh no, it won't be that. I don't be at places where we comfy at with no BS. Oh no, you won't see that. I used to love that line. I used to crack up laughing. And that's the way I used to feel. There's a time for your homies and it's a time for your ladies. When it's time for your ladies, you chill with just your ladies. People don't understand that. They feel they gotta parade their girls around their boys and take them around their boys' wives, and that's how all the drama start. You ever notice that? That's how your guys be scoping your girls, and if you forget to pick up a cup, something fall down, he pick it up. Let me get that for you. Oh, here you go. And women scandalous. They be over there scanning like, he got manners. I'm going to hook him up with one of my friends. So, I mean, we've been done with this beat. We just talking now. So, I'm going to address this issue too. People keep trying to send me tracks and music and all that. Do not send me tracks and music. Please. Please. Do not send me tracks and music. People are not really interested no more, except for they have their order of doing things, and me sending the music from somebody they don't know, never saw. They're not interested in that. They're not. And I'll explain all that at a later time. But don't forget, go back, follow the playlist, The Truth Behind Hip Hop Beats. If you like sports, we got a Truth Behind Sports Beats. And it's a lot of sports beefs I can't do because they're going to flag me and try to take me down. And I thought, y'all thought y'all seen the gist of it. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet compared to these sports beefs. I mean, These athletes are like rich babies. Okay? They like rich babies. These are like the people they choose to go to the NBA. Like, none of them are street. You probably see less than 0.3 have actually been in the streets. They were the kind of guys that went to school, did their homework, went to college. They were just, the mom kept them away from everything, which is great. They don't pay them to be thugs, which is nothing against that whatsoever. But what I'm saying is, they try to do things like the thugs or the street people or people from the hood. They want to, like, yeah, I got money, let me go to the club on the corner with the airbrush background, taking pictures and have everybody looking up to me and my $80,000 watches. You just asking them to be robbed. And I'm out. I'm going too far. I'm out. I'll tackle that later. But go back, follow the playlist, and before you ask me for a video, did you make this beat? Why don't you do this beat? Check and see, has it already been made? Go through the playlist, because I'm only going to send y'all through the playlist. I'm out.